Dude, what are you doing? Dude, relax, I'm just reading on the new Kindle Paperwhite that came out recently. God, I hate having to make these videos. Ugh, why do people always ask for these videos? You are aware no one actually asked you to make this video. You just thought this would be a cool idea and you literally stole your mum's Kindle just to make a video. Wait, really? Yes. Oh. Alright, well, look, I gotta go, dude. You gotta get on making this intro. Yeah, I'm making the intro now. Alright, shoot. Alright. Good luck making the intro. Take care then. Bye. Rude. Hate that guy. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Johnny. I'm a self-taught web developer, and today I'm going to be talking about, well, the Kindle Paperwhite, and why, as much as I love the Kindle Paperwhite, and as much as I think it's the perfect e-reader for almost every single one of you out there, for me, it's so close to cutting it, yet for me, the Oasis is the champion. To those of you who aren't aware, back in October, I made a review on my Kindle Oasis. You can check it out over there. And this review was, by the way, recorded in cinematic mode on your iPhone. I don't really know if I liked it or not. But anyways, this review, I was talking about why I love the Oasis and why it's the e-reader for me. And yeah, since then, Amazon recently introduced a new Paperwhite. And as I said earlier, it's so close. Yeah, it's just not the perfect thing for me. But in this video, I'll be explaining to you basically everything I like about the Paperwhite and why I think the Paperwhite is amazing for 99.999 recurring % of people out there. Alright, I'm going to first start off with what I actually like about the Paperwhite. One of the first things I like about the Paperwhite, which the Oasis doesn't actually offer, is the USB-C. USB-C, come on, everything is USB-C for me at this point, other than this microphone, which you can't see. My phone, my watch, oh no, not everything's USB-C, but 99% of the things I use at this point are USB-C, and I've known that people use things that aren't USB-C at this point. USB-C is just so incremental to my life at this point. I just love USB-C. It's one cable to rule them all, one cable to find them, one cable to bring them all, and never darkness bind them. It's just amazing USB-C at this point, and the Paperwhite supports that. The Oasis is micro USB still, which is about 5 decades too late. Gotta call the docket on that one. Unlike the Oasis, where the screen's a bit thinner on one side, and then you've got like a thicker bit on the other side. The Paperwhite is flat across the whole body. Now, I like the way the Oasis holds, also like the way the Paperwhite holds. They're both great ways to hold them, but overall, I actually think the Paperwhite is a bit nicer to hold. If you know, you're not used to the Oasis. Obviously, you get used to one another, and I'm accustomed to the Oasis at this point after like 6-7 months of using it. Now that's crazy, but yeah, the Paperwhite, I also like it almost just as much as the way you hold the Oasis. And yeah, it's actually a disadvantage of the Oasis in my opinion, is where you have to hold it, as you take quite a bit to get used to being able to hold it like that comfortably. It's quite weird actually in the long run. The Kindle Paperwhite was the first Kindle to get a warm light, and I think that was all the way back in 2012, and the Oasis in 2016, it's the Kindle Voyager, 2017, yeah, the Oasis was the first Kindle to get a warm light finally, and the warm light finally has made its way down to the Paperwhite, and at this point, the warm light's amazing. I mean, look, here's the thing. The warm light is amazing when you're reading at night. You just have it on a schedule. Mine just goes up to 18 every day at sunrise. It just goes up to 18, and it's great, as it's on warm light. And look, the thing with the warm light is it's better for your eyes, basically. Long story short, the way your body works is when your body sees the sun going down, it releases natural melatonin, and slowly makes you tired, basically. And yeah, because we're staring at all these screens for so long each day after the sun goes down, it doesn't work as well. So being able to, have the warm light is able to save your eyes quite a bit. Unlike the regular Kindle, the Paperwhite and the Oasis offer a flush screen design. Now, this may not seem like a big deal, but I'll be honest with you, when I used my old Kindle, when I got the flush screen and also the Paperwhite flush screen, I was like, this is better. It's really bizarre, I don't know why, but the reading just feels nicer with a flush screen. Also, the screen feels nicer. I even tried out the new budget Kindle, but when the Paperwhite and the Oasis compared to my old Kindle, the screen just feels a lot nicer. It feels like it's glass, but I don't think it is glass still. Now we get to what I don't like about the Paperwhite, and one of the only things I don't like about the Paperwhite, and the one reason I'm sticking with the Oasis, other than that I already bought it, can't really send it back. Physical buttons, that's right. You heard that right, Zoomers, as I said in the Oasis review. Someone wants to use something with physical buttons, even though it offers a touchscreen. I don't know what it is, but the physical buttons make reading so much more enjoyable to me, and it makes me more encouraged to read. Also, the design on the Oasis is a lot nicer with the aluminum, and it makes me more encouraged to read, but physical buttons are really the main reason I prefer the Oasis over the Paperwhite at this point. It's just physical buttons and the aluminum design. Other than that, there's literally nothing wrong with the Paperwhite. Oh, other than, of course, the hundreds of fingerprints the screen gets, but not even the Oasis itself can save you from that. And as I literally just mentioned, the only reason I really like the Oasis more is the design I like and the buttons. But other than that, the Paperwhite has me in a heartbeat. USB-C and everything else I like about the Oasis in there, other than the design and the buttons, and also the USB-C. USB-C is a big deal to me. Yeah, give me that, please. I want that. It's time to stop comparing it to the Oasis, as you're not here for a comparison, you're here to know how it actually performs. But the screen refreshes a lot faster now, so you can get a nice book starting animation like you get on the iPad. Second of all, Kindle had a huge software update in last June, July something. The software update was massive and it's made the Kindle so much nicer to read. The issue is, when you go to the home screen now, the stupid promotions are in your face and you can't hide them like you used to be able to do. So you have to keep it on your library tab the whole time. Eyes was really annoying promotions in your face. It's like, buy this book. No, Kindle, I won't buy your book. And then reading with the e-ink display is e-ink is look, I spend hours upon hours every day staring at a screen. I'm staring at a screen now. No, stand that. Not, you know what I mean. I'm staring. You spend hours. You're staring at a screen now. We all spend hours each day staring at a screen. Having e-ink, obviously, it'd be a lot better if we didn't stare at screens at all. But having e-ink at least saves us some reading on another screen, and we have the benefit though of having a nice backlight. Which obviously is probably also a bit bad for eyes, but it's better than reading properly on you know what I mean, just like a full-blown screen. So yeah, e-ink's good, and I love e-ink, and yeah, science. And as per usual on a Kindle, this Kindle has amazing battery life. You barely have to charge it. I mean, I haven't really done much battery tracking or statistics of it, but yeah, you barely have to charge it, and it charges over USB-C. Kindle, put that in your Oasis. Apple, put that in your iPhones too. And of course, the backlight and the warm light will eat into the battery, but I mean, you can't really read without backlight in a dark room or something at night, so yeah. And the backlight and warm light are both amazing to have, in my opinion. Oh, one of the other features listed from the Oasis, by the way, is the auto light. Like on the Oasis, if I go into a room, it will just automatically change the brightness down because of, I don't always need at that temperature. If I'm going where it's really bright, because e-ink's actually brighter in bright lights unlike a regular screen. If I'm going somewhere it's really bright, I just want to turn it down, and it does that for me automatically. Small feature, but it's a nice feature. And as I've mentioned before, compared to reading on an iPad, this is obviously just a bit better for your eyes. But one of the issues is what I do. So a lot of times I read books twice typically. So for example, Atomic Habits, it's a recent book I've been reading. I'll read it on the Kindle first, make lots of highlights and stuff, and I'll go back through my highlights and I'll skim back through the book with it open on my iPad with a split screen document, and I'll be taking notes up on that and the highlights. I'll be writing down my thoughts on the highlights and all of that stuff. And there's a keyboard you can enter on the Kindle, but I only really use it if I'm going to think in the future. This highlight probably won't make much sense unless I add some context here. So typically, that's one of the only reasons I like to use the iPad more, is well for the split screen note taking reasons. Compared to reading on a physical book, obviously a physical book you get the nice feeling of a physical book, you get the smell, you get lots of nice stuff. But the thing you're missing is you can't. Well, one, you're missing portability. You can't take it on the beach with you. Well, you can, but it might get ruined. The Kindle Paperwhite is waterproof, and so is the Oasis, but I don't think the base model is, by the way. Along with that, the Paperwhite, you can obviously do highlighting and that kind of stuff. Look, it's just a lot of features you're missing out on, and you can't even read a physical book in a dark place unless you have one of those weird book lights, but then you have to, it just seems like a pain in the arse. In my opinion, I'd much rather use Kindle. Now, compared to audiobooks, look, I love audiobooks, man. Thing is I'll listen to, fantasy on audiobooks, so I'll listen to a biography on audiobook. I won't read books which I want to get information from on audiobooks, listen to audiobooks which I want to get information from. The reason is, it's just not really a good way to take notes from an audiobook, to be honest with you. And sometimes I'll get a book on Audible and I'll be like, damn, I gotta read this. Or sometimes I'll stop reading on Audible, listening, and then I'll actually buy it on Kindle. Or sometimes what I'll do is, sometimes there's a book and I want to take a few notes. Sometimes I just open a quick little draft document on my phone and I quickly type out some notes on the book, and then, yeah, stuff gets fired into the second brain. More on that in another video. I've updated my whole production system, by the way, and if you want to know more about that and why I've left Notion and Obsidian for drafts, which may seem a bit weird to you if you know what drafts is. If you don't, there's multiple videos you can check out. But if you want to know more about that, you can actually read about it in my latest issue of my emails newsletter, Monthly Thoughts. I publish a new emails newsletter every month, basically about anything, and this month it was actually, well, originally it used to be about a certain topic, but I'm now changing it to basically anything, and this month it was all about why I've left Notion and Obsidian for good and gone straight back to drafts, how I'm using drafts, and how I'm using to automate stuff, writing, and so much cool stuff. So if you want to learn more about that, you can check out my emails newsletter. The link is in the description. You can also see the URL on the screen now. You should subscribe. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. Alright, so those are the reasons why I'm sticking with the Oasis. Why I think the Kindle Paperwhite is an amazing e-reader, and for most people, if you can afford the Paperwhite, it makes so much more sense for getting the base Kindle. I wouldn't recommend the Sanctuary Edition, and the ads really aren't a big deal. And also, you can probably call, not probably, I've heard people, you can just call up Amazon and ask them to remove the ads if it really annoys you that much. But yeah, my opinion, the Kindle Paperwhite is the best Kindle for 99.999 recurring % of people out there, if you can, of course, afford it. But that's going to be that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.